What's up, everybody? StreamYard says I am live, so here I am doing another video. You see in the title, what is it called? My biggest losses. That's what we're going to talk about today. Not necessarily the actual dollar amount, but we're going to talk about the stocks, the worst calls. I really should have titled it. So my worst calls, some of my best calls, and the best always out for the worst. And nobody's perfect, right? You just want to have better calls than you do on your worst calls. So how you guys doing today? If you're just joining me, link in the description. You want to go live with me, you can do face audio. That'll be awesome. If you want to talk stocks, feel free to join in. Last week at the end of the video, I had a clown. Yeah, clown got on there. And I had to take him off. Please don't be a clown if you want to come on there, man. I'm giving you my time. I love to talk to anyone, but come on, man. Let's be serious about this, man. Serious. So anyway, let me go ahead and just share this out real quick and we can get busy. The market's feeling a little just weak, and I feel that yeah, there it is. I feel that it's just kind of hanging on for earnings, and once earnings come, there'll be no more catalysts. I said it in a previous video. And then that's it. Maybe it just gives up everything, So we definitely need some catalysts going in. Can FANG, and that's what I mean when FANG reports. Is that enough catalyst to kind of take us a little higher, or the market just says, okay, nice earnings, we're going down now? And I actually think it's something like that. I can't see shit. All right, give me a second here, y'all. All right, so here we go. All right. And action. All right, so got some people up in here. Thanks for watching, participating, being with me. So let's talk some stocks. So anyway, I'm going to share. We're going to go through a bunch of stocks, and go ahead, feel free to get in the description, and we talk about the stocks that you're looking at, maybe some of your biggest loss gain. What did you do wrong when you had a pick? So real quick, man, this is the market. It opened up nicely and quickly gave it back. I actually had some hope today, thinking, maybe it'll run into the FANG earnings, just kind of be up, but nah, it seems like any kind of rally is just being met with selling, right? But we're flatlined for the most part. You can see that here. Look at the CNBC. VIX is down though, right? It's only down a little bit, but it's down, right? So that's a good deal. GameStop shares are jumping again. I wanted to do a video so bad yesterday that I just didn't get onto it, man. I just didn't get to it. All right, because I wanted to talk about that GameStop and that run. Oh my gosh, things up hundreds, it's all over the place. And I wanted to get in there, buy some puts. I was like, these things are expensive. The spreads was so wide. If say 5,000, bid 6,500 ask. I was like, man, I was just like, nah, I don't want to get killed on that, So I just sat there and watched it, got some popcorn. I do think we reached the top. We have 102, still trying to run today. I think that was the top, but who knows? Let me look at the hourly. Yeah, I think this was the top. I thought I said that over here, somewhere over here, and then we ran up. Now we're kind of, yeah, this is the top. Yeah, but the volume is still there, man. So I don't know. Who knows? If I was looking at, if this was just a stock, see, I'm kind of thinking, let's say there's no short squeeze on. I'm just looking at this as a stock. I actually say it probably goes a little higher. So it might go a little higher before it, but I think that's the ultimate top, this 160. I mean, it actually went up 125%, and then it started trading lower red for that's insane volatility. They froze it a couple of times, but I'm a little late to the party as far as talking about it. I actually wanted to get on the video while I was doing it, but I didn't have a chance to go live yesterday. Hey, I got Cashmatic in here, man. What's up, Cash? He said, I can't read shit on my screen, bro. Do you see Apple Gap? I like Apple a lot. I think Apple goes higher. I think out of all the things, I like Apple. I think Google goes higher as well. We talked about that, and we could talk about it again. Jewelry box is in here. Hey, babe. Oh, I forgot to send you that text, but I guess I'm live now. Sorry, babes. Anyway, Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to it, man. So we talked about the market. I don't know. I just think that it's hanging on, you know. I think that it's hanging on to look at FANG earnings, and then it's just going to say, phew, you know, it's just going to kind of take a breather. Um, I don't know, man. Let's look at that again. Here's the, look at that gap. We're looking at the cues. You can see how toppy it looks, but you know, you see consolidation, run, consolidation, run, consolidation, and it's still running. So it might have room to go actually a little higher. I got to change this graph to give me some space at the end. Let's see, time axis. Let's put it on about 60. Yeah, I like a little space over here on my charts, so I could kind of see where it's going. But yeah, it looks like we might have a little room to go a little higher, believe it or not. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think we have room to go higher. All right, so throughout the year, man, just recently, and if you notice, I'm going to show you some of these stocks that I just bought at the wrong times. And it's like these things are in correction mode. So some of these are in correction. It makes me think that are the big stocks going to get into correction? First one is Booking. I really thought it was going to be a travel a resurgent comeback. You know, all the travel stocks make it back. And this thing is putting in an ugly candle for the month. The month ends the end of this week. This is an outside candle. This could actually come a lot lower. I'm not saying it's going to come way down to here, but that candle is ugly. I wind up buying it on this breakout right here and straight down. So very pissed at myself, man. Look at that. I bought up here. And since then, way down here, we down 13.5%. And hopefully this little candle right here on the 4-hour, hopefully that's the low. You know, it is that support. Actually, it kind of broke it. Yeah, that's it for the most part. So you see it bounced off support. So hopefully it can hold. It still has this gap to fill. So very disappointed on my entry there. Luckily, it was weeks, you know, a month, sorry, leaps, weeks. It was leaps, right? Luckily, it was leaps and I can kind of come back. I got time, man. I got years, right? So years. Yeah, but it sucks knowing that I could have got a far better price getting in up here, down here than up there. So very disappointed about that. The next one, I even did a video on it, is Lululemon. Now, you remember in the video, I told you, hey, I'm trading my Nike, which to buy Lulu. I think Lulu has way better growth in front of it. You know, I think it goes a lot higher, you know, but it didn't. Ever since that trade, it's been down. Where did I call that? Right. Yeah. Oh man, let me pull up the daily. Yeah, right here. See the breakout of the pattern? Same thing. And it's just been trending lower. It was right at Nike earnings and Lulu earnings, trading lower and lower. And if I were to measure that, we are down 15% in that as well. So I'm like, oh my gosh, look at it breaking the triangle thing I drew, right? So breaking trend. So this thing is showing that it could go a lot lower as well, maybe way down here to support. That would be crazy. I mean, I'm here at 375 or so, getting in long term. No, that's what saved me. These were short-term positions. I would be getting killed. Anyway, so way up here, and then it can come way down there. So let's say it does come to that support. We're talking a 25% correction over the top. And I had liked that over the Nike. So I'm going to go ahead and click Nike real quick. Hold on, give me a minute. I just want to see something. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click Nike real quick. And for the most part, the call is not that bad because I got out of Nike about 144 or something like that. And you can see Nike's basically doing the same thing, not down as hard. It's only down 6.5%. So, you know, Nike's actually holding. I thought it would be the other way around, that Nike would be kind of taking a little hit and Lulu kind of hanging in there a little bit. But nah, Nike's hanging in there pretty good. It makes me feel good about Nike again. But overall, I still feel you could see that run in Nike. See how it's just straight up, and Lulu's kind of not like that. Lulu, I think, has room for more growth. They bought that mirror whole thing to complete with Peloton, the whole home fitness thing. That didn't even show in the numbers yet. So I think if that's kind of being successful, and it is early indications that it is, it could kind of propel the stock to be a lot more higher than it is today. So I put that trade on, and long term, I still like it. But damn, man, Gosh, here's another one. ISRG, Intuitive Surgical, number one in surgical robots. I think damn near the only one. And I think these guys are, it's going higher. Anything robotic, higher, just higher. You know, it's the future. So let's pull up the weekly here. And you can see I got in somewhere over here on the break out of this range. And it makes me see, we are already going into correction on a lot of stocks. And some stocks are. So, you know, here we go. I brought it on the breakout, and you see I'm faked out on the breakout. And if you draw the line, they're out down 11%. Remember, so far, so all of these stocks I'm talking about, correction territory. They're in correction territory. I'll go ahead and yeah, hold on. I'll come back with those comments after I kind of finish going over everything. But put your comments in there, and I'll go back, kind of check it out. Share me out, y'all. Like the video. I'm sharing all my trades and my bullshit calls. But nah, I'm going to go over the good ones as well, man. You're going to have some bad calls. And by the way, I still like all of these stocks. I'm still in them. I ain't do anything. But I still like all of them. Now, one that you guys like, that everybody likes, NVIDIA. And I still love NVIDIA. I think it goes higher. I think it's just ready to explode. But I bought in a video way over, where was it at? Right in the circle area. This is the weekly candle. Right when this candle, see this red candle was actually green, thinking that it finally breaking out of range right here. Can you see that? Maybe zoom in a little bit better. I thought that when this candle was green, because it was once green, I was like, oh, yeah. This is why you got to wait sometimes for these candles to close. So I got in somewhere around here to the 550 range, and it went way down here to 512. I was like, oh, my gosh, 45, 50 points damn near. And now it's making a comeback, so that's good. That's good. So this one, you know, it made a little comeback. It's down 6 today. It's just stuck in this range. It's going to make a decision. I think the decision. Actually, you know what? AMD reports today. I think this is going to move with that. Okay. Hopefully, AMD is higher. AMD reports after the bell. We're going to talk about some of those. We got AMD reporting after the bell. Starbucks reporting after the bell. Texas Instruments reporting after the bell. And Microsoft, right? So some of the majors that's going to report, possibly give us some direction for tomorrow. But yeah, man, NVIDIA, very disappointed in what it's doing, but I still like the chart. All right. I knew it's going sideways. Look at that bull flag. It's just, it actually looks great. It's hanging in there. Hopefully it can explode to the upside. Remember, they purchased ARM not too long ago from SoftBank. I think this is what's kind of holding it sideways. It's going to be a lot of opposition in that merger. It's monopoly basically. So they're kind of like I don't know if it's going to happen. You know, I think that ever since then, that announcement, stocks has been lower to sideways, and we'll see what happens. But see the volume is down even on the sideways trend. That's good. That's a good thing. All right. So there's NVIDIA. I like it. I like it a lot still. You know, but just got to be patient. And this is like, if you would have bought calls on this, you're getting destroyed on the theta. Okay. So perfect trades would have been iron condors, selling puts, calls, you get destroyed. Theta is just killing you. I mean, when it goes sideways. So the stochastic is pointing up. Like I said, the volume's light. The price action is over the moving averages. When's the last time that happened? Here. Here. So you can see when that happens, we go, generally it's the setup to go a lot higher. So I like NVIDIA. I like NVIDIA a lot. So there's my, oh man, some of the trades. And you can see I'm down, well, the stocks from the times I bought it, from the times that now is down like 15%. So some stocks are going through correction mode and not too far from bear market. Right. So, and it's, even though the average is up, so kind of there's a little something going on in the market there, you know, with some of these stocks coming away from their highs. So, all right, let's talk about some of the gains, some of the stocks that I was like, yeah, fire. Here's the first one. And here's one that's kind of mind-boggling me a little bit, and that's Airbnb. Remember, I talked about it right there. The 150 range. Remember that trade I put on $1,000 or double my money? And nobody really watched that video, but look, it's already happening. Only mistake I did on that trade, I sold the leaps, but just to be patient on it. But I'm going to double my money in a year. You can't expect, be over 100% gain. Great trade, right? But look at that, just exploded from that 150 range. And you can see, look real close here. Look real close. See that? That's just like NVIDIA, right? See sideways, right over the moving averages. Volume was light. See the volume come in, exploded, right? Exploded up damn near. What is this? Let's just get a quick measure. No, I'm in the wrong tool. Let's get a quick measurement there. Boom, boom. Up 20%, right? Can't beat that. That was a great trade. And it, by the way, you could still get in this one. Okay. You just missed it down here. Now, this and Booking is the same thing for the most part, but Booking is getting no love. Airbnb is. So this one makes me scratch my head a little bit. Like you can see how Airbnb is up 6% today, right? And you go to Booking, down 0.43. We can go to Expedia. Expedia has Verbo, just like Airbnb. I think it's VRBO. They're down 1.76 today. You can see they're moving just like everything else that I was pointing out, down 13% to the low yesterday. So yes. By the way, that yesterday, that little sell-off, it was almost like almost flash crash or something. That was healthy for the market, believe it or not. I actually like how it sold off like that and kind of bounced back, but trading sideways, still trading sideways a little bit. Let's look at see, it's starting to make a little comeback. And you can see over here, when you look at the heat map, you can see the FANG is up, right? Because they didn't report yet, but Microsoft on deck today after the bell. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Check out that Microsoft. Anyway, all right. So what's the next stop? Let's get into it. How about this? Virgin Galactic. I'm not sure if I did a video on it, but I placed monster when it was trading. Actually, when it was trading here, right about in this range. I bought the 22 and I bought and sold the 35. It was the farthest leap out I could buy, farthest strike price. I bought about 7 of them. I'm going to make like 7,000 on a trade. Something like that. And this thing has exploded. I should have straight up bought the calls that was out, but I didn't. I did my typical trade. I'm going to make a whole bunch of money, but I left a lot on the table. And the thing about when you trade leaps is when you get too far out and the stock starts moving hard like this, you don't really get those gains especially when you do verticals. You don't really get those gains like if you was just closer, to the expiration, than you are when you go way out. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I'm in the 2023s. I bought the 22s, sold the 35s. Did that like for $300 or something like that. So I'm gonna get like $1,200 for every one time I did that, something like that. And it was a great trade. So far, it's a great trade. Most likely, it's a winning trade. It's a win. I just gotta wait a year or so to collect it. Not ashamed of collecting. Let's see if I collect. Damn, 369. That's like 400% in 2 years. It's like 200% on my money every year. Yeah, can't hate that. That's the kind of trades that I like doing. This is why I mess with leaps. It's not fast action, but damn, it's action. It's action it's cruise control action. I'm not sitting here sweating anything this stock does for the most part. I'm being greedy on like, hey, man, I need to make more money. But you can see double top. Let's see how it happens. Let's see how it happens. Look, it's up 20% today. This thing is going to blow through and go a lot higher. So it does give you pullbacks, though. So I suggest you can't get in this stock when it's up 20% in a day. You can't do it. You have to wait. It'll give you that day where it's just shitty, 7%. You can see the down days it has, the down weeks. It has them. This is one of the biggest runs it had since over here. So it'll give you another one. And then you could just go ahead and buy that. And it might happen today or tomorrow. I don't know. It's weird because it's pushing against that double top and it's up 20%. I mean, that's almost telling you it's just going to blow through without even thinking about it. So we'll see. We'll see. Earnings coming up. This could be a chance to get in. This could be a chance to get in. Maybe like, oh, there ain't nothing happen over here in Virgin Galactic. Space flight is so far away. Ain't nothing going on. Oh, I missed you. sometimes if you guys want to come in live, I got link in the description. My babes was up in there. She was in the green room and I missed her. But for the most part, just get in there, hang out, and I want to finish the video, and we can shoot the crap. You know what I'm saying? She says, if you haven't, subscribe and turn on the bell. I like that. I'm gonna leave that there for a little bit. Just doing my little PR in the comments. Appreciate everybody. So there we go. Space Virgin Galactic, killing it on there. Talked about it back in one of my videos, but probably only 10 people watched it, so you missed it. Anyway, let's talk about DraftKings, man. Fire, up 7% today. Look at this right here. Let me just zoom in right here. Look at that, how it's pushing against that support, just pushing. I gotta let you see this, okay? Let's zoom in. See, boom, 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 right here. The more times this thing knocks on that roof right there, the better the chance it's going to blow in. So blow through. So even though this thing is trading up 7% today, get ready, man. It's going to blow through. It's going to explode through. And most likely it'll probably do it on earnings, which is, oh gosh, it's a whole month away. Might even do it before earnings. But the pressure is on the roof, and eventually it's going to blow through. It might be up 20%, just like Virgin Galactic or something. And when it blows through, I bet you it immediately challenges this high at 64. Okay, so this is a beautiful chart. Beautiful. Might be the best chart that we look at today, right? So DraftKings, man, I've made a killing. I've been talking about this. Lost a lot of money on this downturn, but made it kind of back on up here, and it heavy. All right, so I'm in the leaps, and right now I'm in the 55s. I bought the 55s because I restructured it, made the money, and then I kind of took profits. Now I'm in the 55s, and I sold the hundreds, I think, on the 90s. So I'm waiting for that move to the upside, which is going to happen. You can see that, right? Looks great. Super Bowl coming up. DraftKings might get a lot of pop talk. Maybe that's when it pops going into Super Bowl. Who knows? DraftKings gave it to you right here on Dre Trades. AMD up 1% today. I was a little late to this game, I'll admit it, but I got in and made some money. I think right here on this, what was I looking at? And by the way, I think this one goes a lot higher. Right here on this breakout here. And little late to the trade, disappointed. I've been looking at it because you can see my little breakouts, my little circles, but I'm in it now. And so far, so good. I'm in the leaps. It's just, I think I just got straight up calls on this one. Out of the money calls, leaps, making the money on that. All right, so AMD, fire. Late to the game, but still early in the game. Second, third inning here, maybe. Ford. Talk about it right here. Oh man, this might be one of the greatest. Nah, it ain't the greatest trade, but I was saying to you guys to enter it right here. Nobody was talking about Ford. It's up 51%. Okay, in a few days. There's the circle. I told you about the multi-year breakout in this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Finally peeking out of the channel. I was early on this. I ate it up, selling puts, buying the stock, buying the calls. I'm doing everything you can. Any bullish position, you made money. Things up 50% in a couple weeks, right? Still going to go higher. All right. Still going to go higher. GM is another stock. Didn't give you GM. I like Ford better, but you can see how GM broke out as well. Right, this one's down 2% today, and you look at Ford down 0.6%. So that kind of even tells you something right there. All right, so let's go to the next stock, man. See, lots of fire. Gave you Google way down to 1,500, I think. Somewhere right around here, right around this breakout right there, and it's fire. 1,900. I was in it long. I was in calls. That's expensive calls, man. You buy a Google call, god damn. But sideways action was taking some of my profits, right in this area. So I actually restructured my trade and bought a call spread. I'm like in the 1,700s, sold to 2,100s. So I'm making this money. You can see the breakout, easily definable. It's just getting started. You still have time. I know it looks like it's up. You still have time. Okay. Look at the breakout. Right. So there you go. You have to like Google going into the numbers. February 2nd. It's next week. All right. So Google, I've been giving it to you right here. Dre Trades. You know what else I've been giving to you? Peloton. Made a whole bunch of money. You know, I've been in this thing since like 95, way down here. Did a video on it with the jewelry box. Talked about it right here. I was like, oh man, So anyway, there you go. We trade 148 today. It's down, up and down. It's got that sideways action waiting to blow through to the upside. We'll see. This earnings report is going to be interesting. They have fulfillment issues here, but that's a good thing. I think that's good problems. But we'll see. We'll see. Look at the volume, how it's light, right? On that side. Oh, that's beautiful. It's setting up for a breakout to the upside. All right. So let's see how they play with the fulfillment issues. I actually think personally they have so much demand. Their fulfillment issues got better, but they got so much demand. It looks like there's even more fulfillment issues because the people are making a lot of noise that's not getting their bikes, right? So they're on Twitter and Instagram saying, oh man, I ordered my Peloton. It was due. I was going to get 4 weeks from now. And then as that day got closer, they pushed it back even further. So it seems like that's being trendy. And ever since that started breaking, the stock's been coming down. But I bet you they don't cancel their order, right? I bet you they don't cancel. I bet you they still, okay, it's coming 3 weeks from now. Okay. So that's what's happening. You don't see nobody doing it. So therefore, they're going to get the sale. It's probably a buying opportunity, right? These are good problems. Can you imagine having a business and you just can't get enough? So you can't get your shit out fast enough. Can you imagine owning that business? You'd be like, I got some good problems here. I'm so hot, I can't even get the shit out. So gotta let them sell it off on that. That's time for you to buy it, right? Those are good problems. Good. Right. So been talking about Peloton forever. Yeah, see, jewelry box knows, right? Imagine you had those problems at the jewelry box where you just you can't get it out on time. You'll be mad, but you'll be happy at the same. The bank account be happy. You know what I'm saying? So they'll fix that problem. They'll get it fixed. That's a good problem. Anyway, I like it. And let me tell you something. COVID, vaccine, all that stuff. They still gonna be selling some Pelotons. All right. That's that stock. Let's look at some more. All right. So I told you that. I told you Airbnb. Apple, a little late on this train. All right. But I talked about it over here, the 120. You can see the breakout. If I clear this right here, let's remove that ring. And I talked about it right here. So I've been in it since here, right? 121 or so. We're at 143. This is going to go a lot higher. I think this is what you was talking about. Cashmatic is up 20% in 55 days. I think was I in it that long? Maybe a little later, but that was what I was checking out. I liked it. If you pull up the monthly, not the daily, pull up the monthly, and you could see the breakout a little better, what's happening here. All right. Now, here's the thing with the monthly. That candle's still being drawn. And then we got earnings tomorrow. Right. So it could turn around. Could turn around on us. It's still a little early, but I think I think it's gonna blow through and that candle's gonna stick. And then we can actually trend a little higher. But if it does pull back, if it pulls back, it's gonna be buyable. All right. That's gonna be a buyable pullback. Let's talk about another stock. Let's talk about Shake Shack. I gave y'all this stock way back here, I believe, in this little gray area. I talked about it, and you could see we are up 40% in 53 days. So you could see basically, I talked about the stocks that I'm getting crushed on the video, Intuitive Surgical, Lululemon, and Booking. But these stocks that I have mentioned on this channel are fire. They are hot. All right, they're hot. Here, let me talk to the jewelry box and let's see how hot it is. You needed to turn your phone sideways. You're doing
Why?
Facebook Live. Might be a little late because you're already in the room.
Oh.
What's up?
Hey, babe.
We're getting delays on her. You gotta
Uh,
unmute your.
can you see me?
All right, so I had to let her go. She's having problems over there. If you get on and you're on a cell phone, you got to turn that phone sideways. You got to get that sideways action on Dre Trades. You know we like sideways action. Turn that phone sideways. Okay. Anyway, there we are. What was I talking about? Shake Shack. Yeah. Look at the move. Yo, it's going up a lot higher. I was trying to compare it to I got tongue tied, talking about the Shake Shack. Yeah, got the wrong screen up. Yeah, and it's like what it compares to. I was trying to compare it, and I want to compare Chipotle. They got so much room to grow. I think they only got about 217 restaurants. They got a lot of restaurants waiting to be built. They're gonna build them in better locations now in the neighborhoods, kind of like your McDonald's and things like that, out of them city areas. So a lot of room to grow. Lines are always crazy. So it's like your Starbucks of burgers. Um, yeah, I think this has a lot of room to grow. You can see it's breaking out. Look where it is now, and it's still COVID. Like we're still kind of in lockdown a little bit, right? So can you imagine when everything is all good and we all back to work? We're already above basically at all-time highs for the most part. So I like this one. Yeah, I kind of was playing it way down here in the 80s, right? So there we are. What is that up? 47%. So killing it. So the stocks that I've been liking, fire killing it. You need to make those stocks. See how they better than the losing stocks, even though some of them losing stocks got big gains. But the ones that I've been killing it on has, they take care of those losers for the most part. And then I got some so-so stocks that I didn't talk about. I just wanted to talk about what's fire and what was not, right? So let's talk about earnings. Let's talk about Microsoft. Microsoft reports after the bell. It could, the first FANG for the most part, even though it's not really a FANG, but we could throw it in there. I mean, Microsoft is solid. You can see that consolidation area. You can see it breaking out, ran right into earnings, right at, and this is, say the truth, I hate when stocks are pushing at all-time highs at earnings. I can't stand that because it seems like there's more pressure to bring it down. But it is what it is. And if it can blow through, I think it will actually give us a sign of what the others will do. Like the others might blow through as well. You can see the range, right? The range is easily definable. Been doing nothing, just like all these tech stocks all summer for the most part. And now it's back at the top of the range. Let's see if they can run again. Let's see if it can run. Microsoft, there it is, ready to explode to the upside. Earnings tonight. We talked about AMD. Maybe they can get the chips going tonight, right? Pushing against for the most part, the all-time high as well. You can see if we look closer. Can I zoom in right there? Look at that selling when it hit 100, right? They sold it off big. When it hit that 100, damn, they sold it all the way down to 87. So when it gets back to this 100 area, hopefully it blows through. And there's probably going to be some selling to kind of, there's some sellers up there. So we got to wipe those guys out before we go higher. And we'll see what happens. But AMD reports tonight. I think it's more important of what they're going to say. We heard Intel, it can't even make chips that's relevant. So can AMD report relevancy? Are they going to be able to justify, basically, are they going to be able to confirm that, yeah, we are kicking Intel's ass, right? So Intel said, yeah, we're getting our ass kicked. Now, who's kicking ass? We already know it's AMD, but can they confirm it? Right? And then we're going to find out. We're going to find out tonight for the most part. All right. So there's AMD reports tonight. So that's going to be interesting. What else we got? Texas Instrument, TXN. So another stock pushing right against its all-time high. It's up just a little bit today. We'll see what they got to say. Let's see if they part of the beatdown. If they part of the Intel ass kicking. All right. So we'll see what they got to say tonight. This stock is more, I don't know. I'm not hearing a lot about Texas Instruments, but they report tonight as well. You know what else reports tonight? So these are interesting stocks, and I'm in this heavy, and that's Starbucks. Now, Starbucks, they was one of the first to say, yeah, all the China stores are open. Remember when COVID was heavy over there? They was one of the first to say, yeah, China stocks all the China stores are open in Wuhan. We're doing great, and I forgot what date that is, but they've been getting traction for the most part ever since that call. There's a gap up, and now it's up, hitting right there at this all-time. Just listen to this, all right? Listen to this, how this sounds. I think California just got out of lockdown status. We still worried about what's going on out there. Things are not, a lot of restaurants are closed, just drive-throughs open. Some places, they're at their all-time high already in this environment. Pushing, so can you imagine can you imagine? This is telling you a lot. It's telling you a lot. So if you get a pullback, it's buyable. It's buyable. I'm in Starbucks for the long term. I'm in the stock heavy, not in the options. I should construct an options trade around it. Get more bang for my buck. And how would that options trade be? I would go all the way to the leaps. Let's see what we got. I'll show you how I would actually construct it. And I would go out 2 years. I'm telling you, man, I would. Oof. Anyway, I would buy this 105. I like to buy right at the money, buy vertical. And then what's that last strike? 155. So the 155. And that's more to help reduce the cost of that call. $1,200 that would cost me. So that's a 50-point wide spread. Okay, 50-point wide. Okay, I couldn't see that screen. See it? Anyway, that's 50-point wide spread. So that's $5,000. Got to add a couple of zeros talking options. And you can see right there what that's going to cost me, $1,200. Let's just call it 13. All right. Round it off. Say we get in there 13. All right. So 5,000 minus 1,300 is $3,700. I can make $3,700 on the trade, right? If it were to reach 155. This is 2 years from now. So let's draw that 155. Basically, I'm capturing most of the gains until it gets up to there. And then I'm out of the game right here. Here's your 255 number. Here's your strike for the most part where I'm at. So can it reach here before it reaches over here? I think so, actually. I mean, we're just now breaking out, so that's how I would play it. I would use my $1,200 to make $3,700. I just, what? If Starbucks goes down, I'll probably put that trade on. I might even sell on my stock or some of it because I got a lot of stock and put that trade on to make even more money, $3,700 on that trade. So it would only cost you $1,200. So you know what that means? That means for the most part, when Starbucks is 116 or so, you're break even. You're break even. So will it reach 116 by 2 years from now? I think so. It's easy trade, man. When you do leaps and on something that's just going up, easy money. So that's what I would do to put that kind of trade on. Just go long. And let's say you're like, man, Andre, I ain't got $1,200. I ain't got that. I ain't got that. All right, so you don't have to sell the 155. Come up, let's sell the 125. Let's see what we get. $730. $700 trade. You capture everything between 105 and 125. Cost you $700. 20-point wide spread. That's $2,000 minus $700. That's $1,300 profit. You doubled your money for the most part in 2 years. Easy trade. Can it reach 125 in 2 years? Hell yeah, it's going to do that. That's even a better trade than that kind of I was talking about. You could do it twice, right? And then there's $1,500, right? I'm going to capture, what was that again? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I forgot the math. I don't know, added another one to kind of jack the math up. $2,000 minus 700 or the 12,000. Yeah, basically, you get my point. But I like the nice wide spreads, or you could just come over here if you're a person that likes the out of the money game. See, look, you could buy a bunch of these right here. And each one you buy, it'd be like buying 19 shares of the stock, right? But if you could lose all your money on that. If it's, let's say for some reason it just kind of goes sideways, just kind of chops around in this area, eventually you're going to start losing that premium. That's why I like to buy right at the money strike and then just kind of sell something far away, because if it did that, you're going to wind up losing your money. Okay. But we wanted to do something like this, right? And then you can make all of that money. That's what I'm hoping it does, something like that. You kind of just keep it moving, right? So maybe about 2 years from now, it's up here by 190. That's like at a double, right? So like Starbucks, interested to see what they're gonna say. I know I hit those Starbucks, I drive past them, whatever. The restaurants may be closed. I've been in a couple of the chairs. There's like no chairs in the dining room. But the line going around the building, I'm like, let me tell you something. When I want a coffee, I ain't got time. To wait 20 minutes for a damn coffee. That's their problem. They need to fix that. I tell you the truth, I don't even know how long that line is. Oh man, I don't know. All right, so let me go ahead and talk to you guys. Global FM 247. I know this is the first time I'm saying your name, so thank you for checking me out, man. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that. We could talk about stocks all day long. Now I'm going to go back to the beginning of the thread because I didn't. Cashmatic said a lot of things, and you said, you see the market keep going until, I don't know, man. I think it all going to depend on FANG. Like I said, I think they're going to report and then kind of just trend lower. You said, that's just a guess. Main after earnings come stimulus. But here's the thing. We already know stimulus is coming, so that's kind of like old news. I know it's coming. Maybe because I think there's talk about the Senate might not approve it, even though it's Democrat, got the majority. We'll see. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Maybe that will. Maybe they're like, yeah, it does get approved. Boom, everybody gets $1,400+. That might do something. You said monthly and weekly are the best. Yeah. I think you're talking about. I don't play. Well, I'm not really in the weeklies like that. I'm in the. What are you talking about? Stock charts, the charts, monthlies and weeklies. That's what I use. Or are you talking about options? I'm not sure. You said what? You get on the video. Don't remember. Oh, I'm in the shoot. You know what I'm doing with NVIDIA? I'll be honest with you. I hate that saying. I can't believe I just said that. I'll be honest with you. What am I going to tell you, a lie? Right? When people say, "Hey, to be honest," such as what was you going to tell me a lie? You know what I'm saying? So I can't stand that saying. I'm in these right here, where the verticals, and I'm just playing for the move higher. I'm playing for the fast move. Wait a minute. Why is this not showing me all the strikes? Oh, that's not NVIDIA. I just wonder why. So you come out here, you can see my position right here. I'm in the call spreads right here. Bought them for like 270 or so, 20-point wide, right? So I'm in for the move higher. All right. So I don't necessarily like this position. I like it and I don't like it. We'll see. It's my initial position. I might restructure it. So I'm playing for a shot. You see, because you see how it's going up, and I told you we got a bull flag on here, like up, sideways. So I'm playing for that next explosion to the upside. And I think personally we can get, let me see, this is 300 to 500. That's 300 points, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we can get to 800 points, 800 easy on this one. Depending maybe on the ARM deal, maybe on earnings, I don't know, but I think it's there. I think we have the setup. Look at that leg. I started it from here, but if you really want to kind of play this whole leg up here and then flag and then play another leg, so that's what I'm playing for. But I may restructure that and try to get maybe some more meat. But I got to spread. It expires 2 years from now, and it's way out there. But let's see what happens, man. That's the trade I got on. Let's get back to some of the stuff you was asking. You said, "Are you in NVIDIA Leaps?" Yeah, that was the Leaps. And it was a spread. She says that she's in the green room waiting. She never did come back. I haven't. Okay, she's telling everybody to subscribe. I seen Beyond. I'm like, I missed it. I haven't pulled up Beyond so long. Oh man. Oh, it came back down. It was trading at 212 earlier today, I thought. They sold it off. Yeah, wow. They're bringing it back down, selling it. Might even fill this gap. Might get a gap filled to 160 or so. But yeah, seen that deal with Pepsi and to make Beyond type chips, plant-based chip snacks, something. Seems weird. I don't know if I want meaty chips, but if you look at this chart, here's the monthly. This looks pretty good too. Kind of reminds me of Airbnb. Pull up Airbnb, pull up that weekly, or is it the daily? Right? See, kind of that cup and handle, little sideways though. I don't think you guys can see that. And pull up the weekly. Yeah, you can't see that. Anyway, but I like it. I'm like, but you know what? BYND. Beyond always gives you that entry. So if you want to get in, it's up 20%. Bad day to get in. It always gives you that pullback. Look at all the red on this chart, right? So let some of that red happen. They could come out earnings and say we suck, and it goes all the way back down. Then there's your chance to get in. But that move today was crazy, man. I think it was up 30%. It was totally met with selling, and but still high. Look at it. Almost double topped. But yeah, definitely done. Maybe it goes to no. It's past that point. I don't know. I think it's gonna maybe fill that gap, possibly, or come to it. Come to where it opened at. Or maybe fill it halfway. See some support right here. So maybe to there, whatever. But yeah, nice move on the Beyond. You said you was gonna put some leaps on DraftKings at 60, but it took off this morning. Yeah, isn't that suck when you know how often that happens to me, to where I'm like, all right, I got a trade I'm gonna put on, and I'll wait till tomorrow, and I really hope that the thing be down. And it's always a move like set crazy percentage, So what are you gonna do, man? It's probably gonna pull back. Yeah, it's up 7%. It's because it's right at resistance, it's right there. So you might get a pullback down, and you can go ahead and do it. It really shouldn't blow through. Yeah, it might come down it might even fill that gap. So yeah, I think you should chalk it up as you missed it. But that's a beautiful chart right here, man. It's a beautiful matter of fact. This is what it looked like. What did I just pull up? There's DraftKings, and was that Beyond Meat? But it was the monthly. Yeah, you can kind of see how you could, it's all jagged. Look at that. Anyway, but it blew through. And I think DraftKings, yeah, that's beautiful right there on the weekly. It's going to blow through. When it goes through, it's going. It's going to be challenging that top right there. You said you got a 140 leap. Yeah, I like AMD a lot. I think it goes a lot higher. Look at that sideways action, up sideways, and going into earnings, man. We see what happens. If it pulled, I just can't see it telling us any kind of bad news because of Intel, If it pulls back, it's got to be able to buy this. I think it gets scooped up, So there you got the AMD, and I had that up for a while. All right, so I got those global Monday and weekly. Yeah, you was talking about the charts. Yeah, that's all I look at for. I mainly focus on the weekly. I'll shoot out to the monthlies because I trade long term, right? I trade leaps, something a year out. A leap is a long term equity anticipation security. Something like anyway, I trade the leap. So therefore I'm trading long, I'm looking long. I got long charts up. Very easy to see if a stock is going up or down. Like say here's AMD. Let's pull up the daily. Look at that mess. Come on, man. Yeah, and look at, I just did a Joe Biden. Come on, man. Anyway, you see how you got the moving averages, it is going up. And then look at how it just cleans up when you get to the weekly, right? Moving average, it's going up. For the most part, that's all you need to know. It's going up. Let's pull up the monthly. Oh, that's the 2 minute. You really get lost in there. Look at that. It's going up. Okay, there's no doubt it's going up. So therefore, it's going up really strong. No. Oh, man. But yeah, that's what I look at. And then I place my trades way out. And it works for me. It works. I'm not trying to day trade. It works for me. You put those trades on, that can make you 100% in a year. Let's say 2 years even. Let's say 100% in 2 years. I know it's like 2 years to realize that trade, but you're making 50% a year on every trade you do. It's crazy, right? So I like those kind of trades. I might do a 1 year, make 100% in a year, set it up to make 100% in a year, or maybe even more. It depends on how bullish I am, But generally, when I buy the spreads, and I always suggest buying spreads. Sometimes I go straight for the calls. Depends on how bullish I am. I like buying that at the money one. I like kind of just going in and, look at that. And this is the first one I want to buy, right out the money. If I'm kind of bullish, like, wow, I'm bullish. This thing is going. This might be the first one I sell, say 120, and then I'll sell the 185, something like that. But I like usually first reaching for that one and then selling something down here to where I get it. You can almost look at how many strikes they have. They have the 185 strikes they got available 2 years from now. That is 90 strikes out of the money. Right? And then you come over here, look at the sell side, it goes as low as 40. So basically, they only give you 50 strikes to the down strikes out there. Can't even speak. They only give you 50 strikes to the downside. But to the upside, they're giving you 90. I think the market makers think this is going a lot higher too. This number right here tells you what it thinks where the movement should be. And right now it's saying 60. It says by basically 724 days from now, on January 20th, AMD should be plus or minus now. Plus or minus 60 will be the movement. So basically trading at 155 or 35, right? I'm going to say probably 155. 155. So what you can do is you could take that data, right? And you buy this at the money and you sell the 155. It's telling you that's what the market makers think it's going to go there. So let's sell that one. Of course, it's 1,300. To make math easier, let's go ahead and just move that to 100, just to make math easier, so I could do it in my head. So that's 55-point wide spread. You can make $5,500 on that, right? But it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you $1,200, $1,283. So minus $1,283. You can make $3,717 if it to reach 155, if it does what the market makers say it's going to do. That's, what did I, 12, 24, that's 3 times, that's 3 extra money. You got more than 1,200, do it a couple times. Oh, do it 3 times. Yeah, let's analyze it. Let's analyze it so I can not do the math and get rid of this iron condor. Let's check it out. Make the math easy. So if it gets up there, I'm going to make $12,696. The most I can lose is $3,800. And I got 2 years to sit back and watch AMD reach the levels of 155, which is only a 50% gain. You're asking AMD to run 50% in the next 2 years. The way it's been running, that's no problem. Might do that tonight. Right? So I like that trade. Shoot, that makes me want to put that trade on right now. But I got a lot of trades on. I would have to sell something to do that. I forgot what my AMD trade is. But yeah, that's how I do it. Sit back, relax, ain't gotta worry about who cares if it goes down 10%. I'll get there. I'll get there. That's it, man. Let me see what else we got here. She said, how about she's gonna do a makeup live. If anybody wants to see my girl put on makeup, head over to the Jewelry Box live. No, the Jewelry Box on Facebook. Go to Facebook, search the Jewelry Box, watch her put on makeup. All right, only after this video. Gotta check me out first. Trade Slayer. Long-term. I gotta put on my glasses to read that, man. Long-term means bullish. Sure thing. Hell yeah. I'm just bullish. I think there's gonna be a pullback, at one point or the other. I don't know if we're gonna just have the serious crash or anything, or we could have a 10-15% pullback. But being out 2 years like that, you got time. You got time to wait it out, see what happens. Remember how I was saying how you could do 3. Yeah, I think that's my girl being live. You could do 3 of them. You could do 1. 1,200. You can go ahead and set an order. Say, all right, just in case it goes down, I'll buy the next one out of say 1150. Right? Confirm. Put a good to cancel here. Do the next one. See, so you might be able to get it lower, and then maybe do a third one, 1,000. That'll be 10, right? And then make that good to cancel, and then you kind of averaging in there, right? Averaging in as it's going lower, and just wait, right? Wait, see what happens. But I'm really bullish. Let's see what happens, man. Good sideways actions, pushing at the top of the range, right? We can look at the SMH at a whole. SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF, straight up for the most part. I wish I was in this. There's hardly even any red candles in it. A nice little angle there too. Not necessarily straight up. It's a little steep, but it's been a fire type industry. So what is that angle? When you do these trend lines, it tells you the angle. So it's angling at 40%. So right there between 90, right, and a 0, right in the middle. It's like, what do they call that? The hypotenuse? I don't know if this was a square, right? Is this the hypotenuse? This little thing right here? Anyway, so there it is, right up the middle, perfect 45-degree angle, going higher, pushing at the highs right now. See if AMD could go ahead and make that even go higher. See what happens at the end. You said, what does a vertical leap? What's that? A vertical leap spread? Oh, the trade I was doing, that is, yeah, what was I just doing? Yeah, it was a vertical leaps. I was right down here. The first thing I do is go to the farthest one. Boom, I want to trade down here. Sometimes you have a problem them being not liquid. But if I take off this delta and look at some of the volume, and you can see them being traded, especially around the money. Look at that. Look at somebody 22 got sold or bought down here, right? So what did I do? I bought the 100s and I sold the 155 because the market makers are saying it's going to go as high as 155 in 2 years. So I sold that one. And then I came up with, where's my trade window? $12.93 it cost to do that. Probably about $1,300 to get filled. So maybe you could fill it for 13, and you'll be making like that. 13 will bring you in about $3,700. You damn near 3x that money, right? So, and you got 2 years for it to happen. Not next January, but the next January. So we got all of this year, all the next year, and for the most part to make that money. 2 years to make that money, and I like that. I like that kind of trade. Set it and forget it, and just watch your portfolio go up every day. But those are good trades. When you put on the calls, it's good like when the stock is going down, you get a better price. because nobody's believing. Let's say AMD is down 5% today. These calls will be kind of getting destroyed, people bailing, and you can put your spread on then. But yeah, I like those kind of traits. That's what I like. So how you deal with the ups and downs with the leaps? I'd be ready to. You got time, man. You got time. That's how you deal with it. You're not trying to sell it tomorrow. I'm really going to sit on it until 2023. That's how you deal with it. And deal with it as well as by the way, if you're doing spreads, you shouldn't be getting destroyed. So you most likely, if you're ready to sell, you're in the you're probably just in the straight calls. But you got time, man. It's gonna happen. Right? So 2 years, that's a long time from now, man. That's a long time. A lot can happen in 2 years. And also you're doing with, of course, anytime you deal with options, you're doing it with money that you already, willing to lose, so just kind of say, oh, well, let's say it looks like it's going down. You're catching a hit, right? You're like, oh, damn, goodness gracious. Just say, chalk it up like, yeah, all right, I'll just lose that money. You know what I mean? But I know you just you got time. That's what's on your side. And once it starts going up, that the money you lost, it's gonna come right back. That the premiums are gonna start getting pumped up again, and then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, great. To tell you the truth, Google, I put in a trade, Google. I was feeling that way. Okay. I got in heavy here, some kind of call something. It went from damn near 1800. See, if you look real close, let me change my structure here. I'm going to show you what I was looking at. This area right here. And I thought we was breaking through right here. And it didn't. It came down from 1800 to below 16. I was like, oh man, and the government's talking about they want to change Google. So I kind of changed the structure. I started not believing it. I started not believing in the trade. And then now look what's happening. I'm like, oh man, I should have just left it on the way it was. Came right back. It comes back. Right. Especially I'm looking at if the averages, look at the averages. They're going up. They didn't even turn. And I'm sitting here sweating these little moves right here. Averages are heading higher, right? So there we go. Trying to draw a little arrow. Anyway, it's going higher for the most part. I've been getting faked out on this is a problem to where I need to adjust my trading style. When there's a range, I always get into, I need to get in down here at the bottom of the range. I always seem to get in up here and we get the pullback. I'm never good enough to say, I'm going to get in here and then that's the one we blow through on. Because I always think I'm going to miss it. So like say this move, if you could see it, I should have waited and maybe get a little bit in. And then try to get in here, right? And that's my problem, so you've seen it just even recently. Earlier in the video, I talked about booking. Now it's down 7. Look at that move to the downside. Incredible, right? So here's the breakout. Look at the candle on the breakout. Nice hammer candle on the weekly. What a fake out, man. This was crazy. It's down 15% from that move. You even had volume and everything. So bad. Look at that. It's crazy. And then now the monthly candle, which expires, which will print in a few days from now, is a total outside candle. Let's clear all of this stuff out. Focus. Damn it. Right here. Total outside candle. Meaning the whole candle is encompassing the candle before. Oh man, that's a sign it's going a lot lower. That's an ugly. You can see it happen right here. Look, happened right there. See how this candle encompasses that green one? And then look how far it dropped. Look at that, man. That was a perfect chart read. Down 45%. Now it's the COVID bottom. But you had a sign. You had a sign that says get out. Told you right there. Same thing is happening here. I want to hold on to the trade. I really do. But I might have to. I mean, because it doesn't always work. It's not a guarantee it's going down like that, but it's a good chance. The sign is right there. So I might have to do something. I got 2 years from now, but it's telling me it's not right. You seen that sell-off on the week? It's just insane. It was even up today, like 20, 30 points, and it went red down. It's so sell. I don't know what the hell's going on, down 0.86. Like I said, if you could pull up the Expedia down 2.35. And then, but Airbnb is up. What does that tell you about Airbnb? Up 6%. Total opposite. So what does it tell you? Is everybody fleeing Booking and Expedia going to Airbnb? I don't know. But yeah, just ugly. All right, y'all. That's the end of the video. Thanks, Cashmatic, for checking in. Thank you, Trade Slayer on Periscope. You're on the scope. Check me out. So I didn't realize that. I'm going to go ahead and end it, and we'll be back possibly tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll talk about Microsoft, AMD, Starbucks, Texas Instruments to see how they do and see how it's pushing the markets. Let's keep our fingers crossed. If you're bullish, hopefully we go a lot higher on hopefully that if you're bullish, hopefully they all report great and we can go higher and close higher. Remember, the market's been just met with a lot of selling. Every time it's up, it's selling off. So it's kind of a sign that's just weakness. Real quick, let's check the VIX out. I'm about to pull that up. Pull up the VIX real quick because I think the VIX is down. Yeah, it's down 0.32. Let's pull up the 4 hour. Just chopping around down here, right? But look, the good news is when you look at these moving averages, they're down. They're trending down. I know we had some volatility. We just had a volatility spike up to 26, but it sold that off quick. And moving averages are trending down. So I still do think we break that 20 coming up here. And then I think this is my prediction, my official prediction. I said it, I think, in a video or so ago. Then I think in May, we kind of go back up for the real deal correction. So you can see how the slow stochastic is even about to turn lower, about to cross and turn lower. So let's see what happens, man. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. This is Dre Trades. Appreciate you being here with me. I'm on Twitter, Instagram as Dre Trades, and hit the bell so you know when I do this video tomorrow. If you're on Periscope, come over here to YouTube.